Good morning, Six Hope. I'm so sorry today I cannot be with you for this lesson because I had an appointment. So I'm recording this video to show you what we are going to do today. Okay, now we are going to continue Jen Arani's inspired landscape. We are going to paint. So have you prepared your paint? So let's start preparing now. I'm going to show you what we need. Okay, I repeat again. Please get ready with your materials, your previous artwork, the one that you did. Okay, and then I need a cup of water, a palette, your poster color or your watercolor, okay, and then a piece of cloth. If you don't have a cloth, you can use tissue paper. And your brush, I would suggest a round tip brush. Round tip brush, okay, it will look like this. Now I remember to tell you to prepare 2 pieces of artwork. I think most of you only did 1, right? Am I right? Now if you only finish 1, once you are done painting, you have to do another one, okay? Remember I told you to make another one. You have to do another one, okay? So right now I am going to show you how to paint, okay? So I am going to choose 3 colors, which is yellow, green, and blue, okay? My blue will be a dark blue, okay? Now for those who are using poster color, same, yellow, green, and blue. I'm going to choose a dark blue. Now your green, maybe you can choose a light green or dark green. It doesn't matter, okay? You can choose any kind of green you want. And then for those who are using Bancho, I think most of you are using Bancho. So I'm going to use Bancho to show you also. But those who are using watercolor, like teacher, like in a tube, so when you squeeze it out, just squeeze a little bit, okay? I'm going to show you. You don't need a lot. And when you squeeze out, you might see there is some liquid coming out, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? Just leave it. Now, so I'm going to show you how to use a poster color and turn it into a watercolor. Okay, I'm going to take a scoop like this. Okay, I'm going to put it in my palette. Now, for those who do not have palette, you just use it like a plate, a bigger space. Okay, later when you mix the color, you just mix it on the plate, okay? And be careful not to mix it with other colors. And then I'm going to pick yellow, so please get ready with your color. You can follow me or you can choose your own. Okay, now the trickiest part is to add water, okay? Because this is watercolor, you need to have enough amount of water. So please put at least 3 drops. So you added at least 3 drops of water into your paint, and then 1, 2, 3, at least 3. Maybe you need more later. I'm going to put 3 first, okay? And then I'm going to mix the water with the paint together. So I'm going to stir it. Now, when you feel that, it has this milky texture, it is liquidy, but then it is not watery enough, then you have to add more water, 2 more drops at least. Okay, make it feels watery. And then I would suggest you, what you need to do is you take a piece of paper. You can try it first, okay? You can try on it. Is it transparent enough? Okay, is it watery enough? You have to check. This look quite solid to me, so I'm going to add a bit more water. So when I paint on it, you can see the transparency in it. Okay, so you can know that no, this is slightly darker, slightly, okay, and this is slightly watery. So I'm going to stick with this. Okay, and then I'm going on to the next one, which is green. So please mix your color before you paint. You have to get your colors ready. Okay, I'm going to stir it, mix it. And I don't see clumps of paint in my palette here, okay? I don't see it. So make sure you mix it well. And then lastly is my watercolor here. Okay, so I'm done. And then now we are going to start. If you want to test your green and blue, you can test it also before you start to see whether is it watery enough. Okay, so now we are going to follow her step. We start by adding yellow. Okay, now we are going to do wet on dry. Okay, we are not going to do wet on wet. It means wet paint on a dry surface. That's what we are going to do now. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. Okay, yellow, just randomly add some yellow, and I will go above the ridges of the mountain, and I will also add some water if I want to make it lighter. Okay, that's the watercolor trick. If you want to make it lighter, add water. You don't add white color. So be careful when you're painting the ridges. You have to make sure that it doesn't go into the mountain. Now, as you are painting, you will feel that it will dry up very fast. So you have to work faster to do the blending, okay? So I'm going to randomly paint some yellow like this. Okay, now I'm going to blend now. Okay, I'm going to blend green into the yellow color. So I'm going to take a little bit of green and blend it. So I'm going to paint on top of yellow a little bit. Okay, now you can see a very straight line here. You see the edges here. So what you need to do, if you happen to make this, all you need to do is clean your brush. Make sure on your brush you have some water, and then you just blend it. Just blend it, okay? Put water between the yellow and green color, so the edges will fade off. Okay, so it will look something like this, and I'm going to blend here now. Alright, so I'm done with yellow and green. Now I will proceed with blue. Okay, so I don't want to see the line here. What I'm going to do is I just blend it with water. Now maybe your A4 paper is too thin. It's very different from the watercolor paper. So the blending will not go very smoothly. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Okay, you just try now. So there is still a line here. What I do right now is I after I blended the blue into the green, it doesn't work. So right now I'm going to add green on top of the blue, see if it works. Okay, then I'm going to continue with blue. And my blue is slightly darker. So I'm going to add water. So let it blend. I'm going to wet the paper before I put blue. Okay, so it will look something like this. Then you have to continue to touch up. Okay, I'm going to add some green here. Okay, now I'm going to make the top part here darker. So I'm going to add blue. Maybe your first time, okay, it might not work, but you can try a few more times. Okay, and the blending that you've seen in the video just now and the blending you're doing, maybe you feel that, teacher, it doesn't look same like her, it doesn't look similar. Why is it? Because of the paper that you are using. Okay, my paper is not a watercolor paper, that's why you can see that the color has sunken into the paper, it doesn't blend smoothly on the surface. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as you try it. Okay, so it will look like this. I'm going to top up now my second layer. The yellow has dried up, so now I can paint. And when you hold your brush, make sure you hold it lower for more control. Okay, if you want to control the edges, so you hold it lower. If you hold like this is normal. If you want more control, you hold it lower. Okay, does it work for you, student? Is it okay? But you have to be careful. Do not scrub onto the paper. Please don't press too hard. You will make a hole. Okay, so I'm done now for the sky. Now when it's fully dry, I have my white color pen here, or you can use where is it? Yes, the liquid paper. If you have liquid paper, you can use this for the stars when it's dried up. Now remember, I want 2 pieces of artwork. If you are done with this one, the next one, try a different shape, and then you can draw the landscape again, or you can draw something else, and then you paint the background using watercolor technique like this.
Okay, students, just to remind you again, remember that you need to hand in 2 pieces of artwork to me. Now, this is your first one. Once you have completed the first one, please move on to the second piece. Okay, the second piece, once you are done, remember to take a picture and submit into Google Classroom. So please do your work properly and make sure you finish on time. I don't want you to have any homework. Okay, thank you. Bye.